Hello my students, today our lesson is talking about the fraction. Let's see what we have in this session. What are the fraction? As we see in your screen, that the fraction is a part of whole thing or consists of set of many things or a whole pie. As we see in this example, we have here our pizza. This is whole pizza and this is whole pie. And we said that the fraction is a set of many similar things. But sometimes we have different things in this set. We are going to see how we can write the fraction of a group of sets. As we see, we have here 6 cookies and one of them is different of them. How we can write the fraction of it? We can write the first number, which is the difference. We have only the one is different, so we have to write up 1. And we are going to write the number which will be down all the cookies we have. How many cookies we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our fractions is 1/6. In another example, as we see, we have some sets of stars. Some are yellow and some are blue. And he asking here to write the fraction of the yellow stars. You have to count what are the number which asking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can write that the yellow star are 4. And we can write the number which will be down all the stars we have, all the colors of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our fraction will be 10. We have another example. We have sets of triangle. One is red and the another is green. And he asking me to write the fraction of the red. How many red we have? We have just only 1. But how many triangles, all the colors of the triangles we have only 2. So our fraction will be written as 1/2. We have another example. Set of squares. Some are yellow and the others are purple. And he asking about the, not yellow, oranges. And he asking me about the boxes which are orange. So we can write how many colored orange will be 1. And how many all the colors we have will be 4, the total number of boxes. So as we see before that the fraction is not equal, the number which will be up is the colored part which asking about, and the number which will have down all the colors we have, the number which is colored and the number which is not colored, which it means all the sets or all the objects we have. Now I'm going to write the fraction, the number which will be up is equal the number which will be down, which is called equal parts, equal fractions. To have fractions, you must have equal parts. This opposite figure is not equal part as we see, but in the another we have the equal parts. The whole rectangle is divided into equal parts. So its fraction will be the number which will be up equal the number will be down. What does a fraction look like? This is called the fractions. This is the shape of the fraction. The number will up, it's called numerator, and the number which will be down is called denominator, and the denominator is like down. So the down refers or means denominator, okay? Let's see how we can read the fractions. As we see, this fraction is 1/2, is written as 1/2, but we can read it as we write it in letters. The number which will be up, we write it as it is, but the number will be down, it is notes. We write it as half, so it will be 1/2. Then We have this fraction, the number up will be 1 and the number down will be 3. So we can write the number will be up 1 and the number will be down, it will be third. So the 3 is called third when it is in the denominator part. 1/4, how we can write it? The number up is called 1, we read it as it is, and the number will be down is 4. So we can read it or we can write it in letters as fourth. We can add th to the number we have. In another side, we have 1/6. How we can write it in letters? How we can read it? The number up, we read it as it is, 1, and the number will be down. We add to it th, so it will be sixth. So 1/8. How we can read 1/8 or how we can write it in letters? The 1 we write it as it is 1 and the 8 we have done we add to it th, so it will be 1/8. We have the last one, 1/10. We write the number 1 which will be up as it is 1 and the number down we can read it or write it as 10th. In the another example we have here the parts of whole. You have just whole pizza is divided into many parts. You have to put the sign of the fractions and we count how many slices I ate. I ate only 2, so we can write in the numerator part 2. And how many parts of whole pizza? I will count all the parts, we will get that it will be 8. So how we can write 2/8 or how we can read it 2/8. We have another example. As we see this picture or this figure, how many colored parts we have in it? Just one colored part. So we can write in the number up 1, but the number will be down all the parts we have. 1, 2, 3. So it will be 1/3. In the another figure, we have how many colored parts we have? Just 1. So we can write the number which will be colored up in the numerator part 1. And how many all the parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it will be 1/8. As we see the another one, we have only just one colored part, so we can write 1 up. And how many parts will be down? How many parts we have in the whole thing? We have 2, so it will be 1/2. The another one, we have just only colored part 1. And how many all the parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 1/6, which can read by 1/6. The last one we have, the colored part, which will be right in numerator, will be 1. And all the part will be 4, so we can read it as 1/4 or 1/4. We are going to continue our exercise. As we see, we have this figure. He asking me to write how many colored part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of how many whole the part? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can write 4/6. In the another figure, as we see, how many colored part? 2. So we can write 2. Out of what? The whole parts we have in this whole thing is 2. So we can write it as 2/2. The another one, we have how many colored part? 2. Out of what? 2/3. So it can be written by 2/3 because the colored part is 2 and the whole part we have is 3. As in the another example, we have how many colored part here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can write as 7/8 the whole part or the all parts we have. The last shape we have here, how many colored part? 3. Out of what? Over what? All the parts we have 4, so it will be 3/4. Let's see another example related to the fractions, but it refers about the how many colored part here? how many blue part here? We have just only one, so we can write 1 of what? How many all the parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1 over 4. It means we have one slide out of 4 slides, okay? If we coloring 2, so it will be 2 out of 4. If we coloring 3, so we can write the colored part up in the numerator part as we said before, so it will be 3 out of 4, 3 over 4. But if we colored all the parts we have, it will be 4 over 4, which it means we are going, we have 4 coloring part out of 4 parts, okay? So we coloring all the parts as we see. In another example, the meaning of whole part as a fraction. As we said before, in the previous example, we coloring all the 4 parts of 4 slides in the whole parts. So it means we have, as we have here in the example, 3 out of 4 or 3 over 4. It means we coloring only 3 parts of 4 parts. So it means we have 3 parts out of 4 parts of total parts. The 3 parts we colored, the 4 parts, the total parts. But when we have the number up, the numerator, equal to the number will be down, the denominator. As we see in this example, 8 over 8, it means we colored 8 parts out of 8 parts, the total. It means we ate 8 slices of 8 parts of the pizza, the whole pizza, okay? Let's see. As we see in this example, we have the total parts. We have only whole one pizza, and it is divided into 8 parts. And we have 8 students ate the 8 parts, so it means we ate all the whole pizza. So how we can write it in the fraction? How many parts we ate? 8. And how many the total parts we have? 8. So the number will be in the numerator equal the same number in the denominator, which it means I ate the whole one. Okay. My strawberry said to me and said to you, our notes we see before that the number will be the top, which its name the numerator, and the number in the bottom, which its name the denominator. When they are the same, it means that the fraction will be equal to 1. That's all. Why? Because you have every part of the fraction or one whole thing. This is known as a whole fraction.